Alright, so here we are. I've got a series of art journals in front of me, and as I say, it's only a small selection of the amount that I have. I've probably got, I've probably got a few hundred. So if you include journals that I have, just plain journals, then yeah, I probably have. Anyway, so I like, I'll tell you basically, we won't do a long thing here. So I make a variety of different journals. So some I will, you know, make from scratch out of, these are made from recycled cards, and I've used it as a space where I can write in it, write my thoughts, write things that, or not only even write my thoughts as well as writing my thoughts, just laying down, say, colour, experimenting, playing, and this becomes a space where you're not judged. I don't necessarily, like when I first started out, I didn't quite understand the idea of a sketchbook. I was just like, I'm creating. And then even when I first started art journaling, it was just like, you either write or you either paint. And then let me show you. Let me show you my very first. Is that the very first? That's not the very first one. Where's the very first? As I say, they're all over the show. Yeah. Anyway, I think this one. It's the wrong one. This was like an art journal that I was doing a course with, and I included you know, like imagery and writing and some sort of painting, and we were encouraged in this particular thing to dive deep. Basically, it was called soul restoration, and so I utilized this and added color and paint, and I think this particular one is a different course. So, you know, sticking things in, experimenting with techniques. This is all gesso, and so I would utilize, when I first started, and I worked quite big compared to the ones here, but art journals can come in any shape or size, and it's up to you how you want to do it now, you know, and how you want to use your journal. And so don't restrict yourself, because I think in the beginning I did. It was just like, no, it's got to look all nice and neat like the ones that you see on YouTube, and it's just like, just do whatever you want, you know. You learn different techniques, but just play, and it's through the play that you get to see some of the things that you want to do. So you can either make it from scratch and make a, like these are journals that I made. Now I even impressed myself with, you know, it's just paper, and it's one that it's been in and out of my bag. This is not handmade paper. It's handmade paper, but not handmade by me. But look at it. It's like, you know, it's like a professional. So I did a bookbinding course a while back, and I then, once I learned the technique, I made it my own, and made, oh yeah, let me show you this. I was really pleased with this one. Oops. Look at that. Isn't that good? Isn't that fantastic? This is one of the ones I made on the course. Now, look at that. So, you know, we cut the paper, measured it and everything, did the backing. We had access to different types of paper. So it's just like, yeah, I learned how to you know, create journals of, you know, different sizes and styles, but the ones I love to make, I mean, so these are just, you know, you can make it as gifts and things like that. I even made, is this one got, I think I even made one that had a little you know, the little bookmark page. But this, I was really, really pleased with the results. And so, you know, once you learn how to do a technique, you can take it and freeform and do whatever you want. So these were made with, you know, I made this December, January. These are recent ones. And then I just, so in mine, I prep the pages, I play with the pages. This has got fabric on it as well as handmade papers, and then I create images. And some of the pages I will leave unfinished, or they're waiting for writing to go in them. This is an interesting one. So I've got for my podcasters, it's the map, and I'll definitely show you this one. It's a map. I laid down a map first, and then I created an image on top, and it's I really like it. I really like it. What's the map of? North. Anyway. Anyway, so as I say, so this is like handmade paper. This is a fabric one. I was experimenting with fabric. I've made quite a few fabric journals. This one hasn't been utilized other than I've, you know, painted fabric, I've added it in here, and it's waiting for some work. When I was feeling like, you know, stitching or adding beading and stuff like that, I did that here, I did it on the front, and even that was a really lovely experience. But I love the chunkiness of this. I've made other fabric journals and then experimented with you know, the tab to open it. This is another recent one that I was just like, I just slopped all the, not slopped, but I just added all the, is that the front then? All the fabric that I had, and the loose, like the scrap bits, and I thought, oh, let me just put it, I wonder if I created pages from them, you know, how I could then utilize it. So this one is a old prospectus, and I've created in them, you know, I've created imagery. This was a course that I did showing you how to work with texture, and I just added my own imagery. I love making my own figures, and with these ones I, you know, then use it as a space to journal in and just to write out things that I may be thinking or feeling. And these are not dates. I might put a date on it, but I don't work sequentially through it. So it might be that I come to a painting and I'm feeling a particular way, so I can then express the words, because the image is saying the nurturing part of what I needed to feel, and then I just write out in the journal. So as I say, there's quite a few pages that have journaling on them, and you know, sometimes it just, like, you know, again, experimenting with, this is I think this one I was teaching on a course, and there were other teachers in the course, and you know, you make the teacher who did art journaling, her lesson was to make a journal, and so this was what I made. And this is canvas that I've just utilized and made it into this, and then each page I, you know, did for each teacher that taught. I used the page and I did, you know, yeah, I did imagery. And sometimes it didn't have to, you know, it didn't have to be long journaling. It was just, you know, friendships in time. So this one was looking at the friends, and what that meant to you. And I remembered an artist friend who I knew from when we was like 16, so we're going back at least odd years, and I just imagined how we'd look as older ladies with red hair. But it just, you know, it's just like the way that we'd, you know, not been seasoned, but as the years we were seasoned, and you know, the experiences and how we'd be laughing. And she used to come to Barbados as well, and I just, you know, imagined us both, you know, talking about the grandchildren and all of this kind of stuff, and just also then being creative and freeing ourselves. And so yeah, this was interesting. It was lovely working with other teachers. Gosh, it's just so, oh wow. I will do a flip through of these, and again, they're not always finished, and so I've got space to come back to do other things. So they're all making smaller journals. So this one is not even stitched or bound, it's only bound by thread, and I literally just tied the thread around and created another space that I can work in. I'm just looking to see if there's any other. Oh, this one. Oh yeah, let me show you this one. This is another recent one, and this one is more recent. So it was like I made it's just made from card. I had pattern paper that had been stuck on the card, and then I just brought them together. And a while back I had created like this is one of the like really early drawings of when I was trying to create my own images, and I photocopied them, and then they were just sitting in a box. And so I thought, let me just, you know, use them, and then they would be, you know, practice for just, again, you know, when you don't want to particularly create something or draw a picture of someone. I don't know whether you feel like that sometimes. You didn't want to create an image, and you just want to, you know, I just came with the paint, stuck the paper in, and then just added the colour, and then just allowed myself to play. And that's really what it is about, allowing yourself to play and to create a space that you can work in, that, you know, you don't have to explain to anybody what it's about, why you did this or whatever it is. It's just about you playing. So there we go. Those are, they're just, as I say, a few art journals that I work in, and I do feel that you know, even if you've never art journaled before, you know, take a look at some of my videos and see, you know, how, you know, I've made videos of making art journals out of the toilet roll holder, the little, you know, the cardboard tubes, where, you know, if you don't have the supplies, and for those who can't order from Amazon or who have limited resources, look around you. But I will take you from start to finish on using recycled material to create art journals, to use them to make art journal pages. There's so much you can do with paper and card, and how you can layer it as well to create a mini kind of canvas, or, you know, taking fabric, adding to cardboard to create canvas. You know, ways in which you can utilize the resources that you have around you and make art, be creative. You know, you don't have to have a load of supplies, and I never started out with a load of supplies. I started out with a few paints and things like that. So I'll be working through a whole range of different things to hopefully supplement what you see here, and in terms of ways in which you can, you know, oh, I didn't know I could use that. You know, I didn't know that I could utilize these two supplies, or I didn't know that I could create something out of that. So hopefully spark your inspiration and look at ways in which you can move forward, especially in these times, and maybe even, you know, after it's all over, how you can you know, continue to utilize working in art journals, or working in, you know, different ways, new ways, experimenting, and yeah, you know, tapping into your creativity, blessing yourself as well as blessing others, because you never know, something that you do, something that you create can be a real blessing to somebody, because, you know, it really speaks to them. So I encourage you today, whatever you're going to do today, or whatever you've done today, to maybe even reflect and see how you can do it better tomorrow, or maybe change it tomorrow, or maybe add to it tomorrow from it. So take care for now, and I will see you soon.